Hello, ladies
And gentlemen,
and gentlemen and gentlemen.
and gentlemen.
Welcome back to another episode of TruuTosis podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
I know we made it.
Bang.
What are we discussing this episode?
Today we're going to be discussing education slash school slash university slash
Nice.
everything involved within school
Yeah, our
slash
experiences
education.
and stuff like that. What our future is going to be in education and stuff like that.
No one cares about our experience. Everyone cares about our opinions.
Oh shit.
Our
So,
opinions are
what
the
was some
best.
feedback you got from last week's episode? Me.
Um, I only saw one comment on.
Let's try and change
Yep.
that this week.
From a fellow friend. It was a friend as well. Someone that
Okay.
we know.
Yikes. What did they say?
Shit. Let me do my research real quick, guys.
Alright, I'll just tell you the feedback I got whilst you do your research.
Hold up.
We've tried to.
Damn. Someone was devastated that you are not looking for a girlfriend. That's.
Who? Wait. Do you have photos?
Did you not read the comments?
No, I got
How
feedback
dare?
in real life from some of my
Oh,
friends about
well, no one talks to me in real life
it.
about the
Wait.
podcast. That's what I
Well,
meant.
yeah,
That's what I meant.
I was about to say that's me otherwise.
It's both
No,
of us.
I had the pleasure of watching it with some friends. Whilst I was
Nice.
visiting people, and I got a lot of feedback. You've improved your mic drastically, but still not perfect.
Shut up. It's better.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better. What else did we do? A lot of people said
A lot of people.
I might have been a bit rude.
Rude?
About dog.
Wait, oh.
So I'll try
Hey,
and
man.
not mention people this week. And
The bitch had it coming. Let's just put it
okay,
that way. The bitch had it.
let's not do that. What else? I think people enjoyed it. People enjoyed it. Well, they
It
especially
was
enjoyed the first
enjoyable.
one.
There was not a lot of reach to people. That's all I'm saying. We don't have a big audience.
We need you guys to share it around so we actually
Guys,
start.
please.
All women, guys, women.
Even if your mother doesn't speak English, just make her a YouTube channel so she can watch it.
Exactly.
Please.
100% of you watching this are unsubscribed. Let's try and lower that percentage, guys. Subscribe now, and if you're listening to Spotify, follow and share.
I keep forgetting we're on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify, just in case you guys didn't know. And if you're listening
It's
to
only because
Spotify,
I don't have access to the account, by the way. I don't have
oh
access.
shit, yeah, okay. Well.
Also, I forgot to tell you, I'm one of the followers.
There's like 5 though, and I got like 2 people to follow it.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, okay.
You copied and pasted our bio, by the way, I saw that.
Yeah, I did.
It's very low effort.
Alright, let's get to this week's topic.
Yeah, let's hop right on.
Oh shit, where did we type it? Oh, there we go. Alright, this week's topic.
Nah,
Sorry, it's not scripted, we just have some bullet points.
it's scripted. Every argument is scripted.
What is your view on education? Tosis?
I don't know, Bilal. What is your view on education? That's a good question. I wonder who wrote that.
Yeah, who wrote that? It's good to a certain degree.
It's good. It's good. What is the degree? What is the degree? That is not good.
Like the basics of it is really essential, I think. Primary school, up until like year 9, I say it's really important.
What? Isn't it the opposite way around?
What, to learn English, math skills? I'd say it's pretty important.
Then in well, that's the whole point. We're talking about UK education. We got to point that out as well. It's very different.
Yeah. So year 9, what's how old are you in year 9? 15? No, 14, I suppose.
No, 14 to 15, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So up until that point, you learn basic English skills, math skills, which will come in handy later on in life. But all then as it gets like 16, 17, that kind of age in the school system, it's a bit shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's when it becomes more of your choice.
Mm, I suppose, but at the same time, I think I'm quite lucky. I do business, and there's a lot of skills in business that I'll use in real life, like learning to do a balance sheet or something like that, taxes, how it works, what's the best kind of borrowing, which is the worst kind of borrowing, and stuff like that. Actual useful stuff. Whereas I look at people who are doing like biology, like you, and some of the shit I'm
What do you
seeing in
mean?
that
That's pretty
subject.
good.
Biology's like
Just
somewhat of a useful one out there, but English literature, I mean, come on, it's just waffle in my opinion.
yeah, we got to call out the useless subjects. All right, very
History, I
useless
think
subjects.
history's quite useful. I think, in my opinion.
Now this is pretty common, but everyone always says art is very useful. I mean, I understand completely that it's useless. Oh my god.
What the hell?
Um,
Jeez, bro, keep in your pants.
art's useless.
Yeah,
Art is useless.
um,
Um,
it's
just I don't see the point of going to school for art unless you're just planning on learning like about other artists. Or maybe you want to become an art teacher, which is still a bad idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
music can be quite useful. Learning how to
Yeah,
use
but
software and stuff like that.
I
I
don't
have a
think
friend.
anyone in like the top charts said, "Oh, I've been to music school." Really? Yeah. Who said?
Probably.
I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I got a
but I
friend who
don't
did
know anyone
a
that.
degree.
Yeah, but anyone in the top charts that said, "Bro, I took music for GCSE, man. I'm doing really good, man."
I mean, yeah, I guess as an example, like Billie Eilish, right? She's what, our age, so she hasn't even done any.
Everyone's saying she's a plant. Everyone's saying she's a plant.
I don't know too much about
Do
her. I
you?
just know she's like our age. I genuinely
Yeah, that's
don't
kind
know
of
her
sad.
upbringing or anything like that. But
When I see myself in education doing shit and I see her winning Grammys and shit, kind of
yeah,
sad.
but yeah, I
Kind
feel
of
like
sad.
there's a lot of stuff we learn in school at this age of like 6, 17, 18. It's useless. There's a couple subjects out there which I think are quite valuable.
What else?
I mean, uh, yeah, I mean, I've had personally quite negative experience with schooling and stuff like that. I haven't enjoyed it too much. I'd say it's worse than others that I've seen.
Worse?
My
So wait,
experience, anyway.
you've had a worse experience than others?
From what I've seen.
What about African children, Bilal? They
Yeah,
don't even
alright.
get they don't even get an education.
Yeah,
Huh?
I guess,
Did
but
you think about
yeah,
that?
but, sorry. They get like, yeah, I guess basic education I was quite grateful for. Yeah, primary school I didn't have too much problems. Oh, not that I remember anyway. Uh, yeah, up until like year 9, so what, like 14, 15, I didn't have too many problems. When I got to like the intricate shit, I kind of lost interest in that kind of
Yeah, but that's when you're
stuff.
supposed to gain interest,
I didn't have an interest for
which
a very,
is
very long time. I only got an
which is
interest
my
recently.
yeah. That's the whole point. I feel like it's pretty shitty that you have to make your whole life up now.
Yeah,
You choose your GCSEs and you kind of have to go with it, even if like you do terrible.
and they make you choose your GCSEs like even earlier now as well.
That's
My
horrible.
my
I wouldn't,
cousin was telling me he has to choose it, and he's like in year 8 or something.
Jesus.
So
And
it's a bit
apparently, it's actually stressful to do SATs now in like primary school. Like,
yeah. I mean,
imagine stressing over SATs. That shit was just a. I didn't even know it was that deep. I just did it.
I don't know. My mom kind of made me stress out. She's like, "Oh, my friend's kids
Maybe I'm just
got
a. I
this."
can't remember. The only thing I stressed about was the grammar test. Like, it's like, oh, you can get into this grammar school if you do it. It's like, oh,
I didn't. I probably could have gone to like this grammar school, but I didn't. My mom never really tried. Well, I
I
was
was
too.
probably
I
too
was too
poor.
like too lazy to go to. No, it's not poor. I mean, a lot of people in my primary school who did go into grammar schools, they had tutors and shit in like year 5 to 6,
Exactly.
and
The
I was
richer
like,
you are, the better you off in education. By the
the
way,
richer get richer.
that's just a fact. The poorer uh, go into
But like,
secondary school
I fully
and
don't
become
blame them
roadmen.
for it, because like if I have the money, yeah, I'd pay for my kids to have tutors. Why not?
Yeah, just seems kind of scummy sometimes. That you.
Not
I'm not saying
really.
that it's
Like,
scummy
if I
to
had
teach your
money,
children.
I'm
I'm not
putting my
saying that it's
kids into.
scummy. I'm not saying it's scummy to teach your children, but like if you're rich, it's really unfair. It's so unfair.
It is, but at the same time, it's not the rich's fault. I don't. Well, I don't know.
Uh, I'm sure the rich can probably do something then about it. No,
They pay tax. That's what they're doing.
not enough.
Too much, in my opinion.
Tax the rich. Tax the rich.
Nah, I think there's way too much tax already. The tax rates are
There's
so
not
high. Like,
enough.
I swear if you earn, it's like 50% over when it gets to like 250,000 or something like that. I read. Like, how you
You
losing
read.
half your? It's like that's the rate, or something like that. I can look it up quickly, but it's progressive tax, right, in the UK. So it's like 50. Imagine losing 50% of your income. Over 150,000, it's
Yeah,
45%
but to
tax.
rich people, does it really matter?
Yes, because it's still 50% of your
No,
income.
no, no. Like rich people. I'm not talking about middle class people here. Talk about rich elites, right? People who have successful businesses. If they lose 50%, probably gonna get like 90% like of income anyway. Like I don't know
That's
how
not
the
how
fuck this shit
percentages
works.
work, alright?
Shut up,
But
man.
like, it's
You know
still
what I'm trying
losing
to
half your
say.
income.
So they're just gonna make it back. They probably use cheap labor anyway.
That's such stupid logic, in my opinion.
It's
If
kind
they
of
worked
facts,
hard
though.
enough to earn that kind of income, it's not
They
poor
do be
people's
kind of
fault
using
that they have
Chinese
to.
labor.
Who cares, alright?
What
Listen,
do you mean? Who cares? Holy
no,
shit!
because they can
Workers,
use
right?
whatever kind of labor, alright? They still earn that income to lose
No.
45% of it because of,
Yeah, but
well, poor people.
are you gonna use disadvantaged people for income?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Give me your
I
answer,
would.
Bilal. Will you use disadvantaged people for cheaper and better income right
If I was in
now?
the position, yeah.
Oh
Why not?
my god. Why not?
Why would I not want to profit in
You
life?
capitalist scum. You
Yeah,
capitalist
but well, I'm
scum.
not communist. I don't want to like a lot.
Who
That's so
said
stupid.
who said anything about communism?
You said capitalist, so obviously you got to think about the
So?
your thinking is communism right now.
I'm just calling you a capitalist. I never said I was a
That's why I
communist.
don't like this like Jeremy Corbyn and stuff like that who's saying, "Oh, we need to tax the richer more," and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's
But
so
he
dumb.
kind of is right. Maybe he should have been more specific about taxing the elites instead.
I
Amazon
think
do be kind of getting away with tax evasion.
all tech companies do, but I think we're getting a bit off topic. Let's
I don't care. It's a very valuable topic to me, and it pisses
we can discuss it another time, but well, me and you are gonna disagree on this one. I'll tell you that for sure now. What else?
business.
Let's get back to the. What are we thinking?
We were talking about subjects and which ones are useless.
What are these subjects? English literature,
Media.
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 Media is
It's half and half. No, it's half and half though. Like, sure, it's good, but it's not like reliable.
it's not great. Yeah.
It's pretty good for entertainment shit, you know.
I don't know, cause thing with media is I don't know. I don't know a lot about the subject, but it seemed pretty useless. I mean, yeah, doing a degree in it as well doesn't seem smart.
But
Like
like
if you think
when
about even
rich
higher
people have a
education.
dream, that it's much easier for them to pursue it. They can go to specific schools, like art schools, like direct. I don't know if there's direct to schools, but it seems pretty
It's just
film
film.
and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, film schools and all that. You can
What
go
else?
to specific places.
I mean, languages are pretty important. I think that they're quite good subjects.
Ah, fuck. Well, every English person is fuck. I know like a majority of white people hated doing language in secondary school.
Oh, I hated
It's
it as
pretty.
well, and I would never study it, but it's I can see the
It should have
usefulness
been
of
a
it.
more of like a language of more choice. The school education offered like two languages, and that's about it. Pretty shitty.
Bruh. What, you trying to learn Japanese or something? Come
No,
on,
I'm just saying.
let's go. I'm mad my school didn't offer Japanese. Uh,
Um,
what other subjects?
well,
Economics is pretty useful. Well, not useful, it's
but you
interesting.
hate it.
It's interesting, to a certain degree, right? There's a lot of useless stuff in it, I suppose.
I'm
Definitely,
not gonna
there's useless
say
stuff in it.
the subjects that I do. I'm not gonna say they're the best, but they're definitely very useful. It doesn't mean like in terms of career, but in terms of knowing shit, it's
And
pretty cool.
social stuff, like I'm sure, like
Yeah,
you do sociology. That must
sociology
like
and
that's what.
geography. They're pretty awesome in
Uh,
terms of knowing stuff about the world. That's more of like the stuff.
yeah.
And knowing about shit that's going on, that's deep.
I
And
mean,
biology is more of a thing that I just wanted to do because I like biology.
biology
It's
can be
pretty
quite
awesome.
useful as well. It's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
some there's
useful.
a lot of useless stuff in it from what I've seen, but
Yeah, but that's
it's still
your
useful.
perspective.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
suppose.
it depends on what you're going to do with the biology. If you're only interested in genes, then like a lot of the maybe course that you're studying won't be
Exactly.
useful
Maybe
apart from the
fashion would be
part
the
that
best one for you then if you're interested in genes.
where the fuck shut up. You're an absolute idiot. Fuck you. Fuck you, you idiot.
They do fashion at schools, what don't
I
they?
hate you. Shut up. Shut
uh,
up, man. That was horrible. I
let's
didn't
see.
even clock it for that long. That's the it took me so long to clock. Holy shit.
uh, so we're thinking what's
Fuck's
bad,
sake.
right? Let's think about what can be replaced with learning how to do useful stuff in life.
Learning how to do useful stuff. But you got to make it specific. That's the whole problem. You can't
Yeah.
make it like and and then there's too much choice at one point where you see there's so many subjects to choose from. It's overwhelming. Like fucking hell, what the fuck do I want to do? Jesus Christ.
See, one reason why I brought up this subject with you was because well, there's a couple reasons. People told me to talk about university and stuff like that, so we'll discuss that later on in this. But then, Jake Paul,
Yes, I do know Jake
he
Paul.
recently
You dropped.
released this program, right, which is saying school's useless. Give money to me, and I will teach you how to not work a 9 to 5 job. And
But everyone has schemes like that. Everyone has, oh,
there's always
here's the
some,
easy way of making great investments and becoming rich. Not quick, but his thing is like not becoming rich quickly because that's already been overdone.
yeah,
His plan is to look for long-term financial stability. Everyone wants that.
yeah,
But there's no way, unless you're hella privileged, that you can go your whole life without working at least maybe one 9 to 5 job, maybe, or like at least a basic job.
I've worked a job. Uh,
Yeah, I can't
Domino's
say much. I'm
Pizza.
still unemployed.
Domino's Pizza.
Let's go pizza.
Uh, it wasn't too bad. I just didn't enjoy working, I suppose. I mean, you're not supposed to enjoy working, but at the same time, man, it was not a most fun job. Anything to say? I mean, I didn't get paid enough really. I got paid £7.10 an hour, which is
You
about
get dirt
average.
cheap for being young.
Yeah,
It's
so I'm
pretty
like,
shit.
and then have like an uncle who earns like 125 an hour. So after I heard that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting paid enough for my time here.
Well, it's not like you'd probably do the same job as your uncle, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Bro, why does Domino's pay me 100 an hour, bro? I'd be packing these
Yeah, there's obviously the
pizzas, man.
skills and stuff that are required for get your increased pay and shit, but at the same time,
I doubt Domino's looks at your skills like this man definitely deserves a raise. Like,
yeah,
shut the fuck
yeah,
up. You probably just have to ask for it and they'll be like, yeah, sure, man.
yeah, exactly, right. But okay, so let's think about more. What's been your
We
experience in
didn't.
schools? Give me some of your
My
personal
experience
experiences.
with school. Um, I will say it has changed purely because of sociology. I used to think education was all right. It was pretty. I was one of those people that just shifted through the flows
Hmm.
of education where I kind of sat back and almost did the bare minimum. I would say I definitely did not put a lot of effort into my education.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same with me. Just didn't
But
put
it's
too much.
not like And that's probably because I feel like I'll be well off even if I failed education, even though I know I probably won't. But I just have some idea in the back of my head, it's like, you're not doing too bad, you know.
Hmm.
But because of like understanding education, I feel like it's kind of fucked up depending on who you are. And this only like applies to UK education, I guess. It's like it's just not fair. Like for me, it's fine because I was able to get into a decent school and just I was taught decently,
Yeah.
pretty decent stuff. It's just decent, decent, decent. I never excelled really. That's the whole problem that I have with education. I
Oh, and
never
just as
found
like
anything that I excelled at.
a preface for like the viewers, we're gonna be talking about just mainly UK education here, and we're not gonna really. I don't think we're gonna address international
Unless you have
education
some
too much.
interesting facts.
I mean, the
Well,
only
I
thing
know one
I'd bring
fact.
up is just that they work so much harder in like Asian countries. Like, holy shit, like the Chinese force and the Korea, South Korea will make their kids work so hard.
Yeah, but then there's the thing about Finland. You've obviously like Finland do
Yeah,
like really minimum stuff, and it's like really high in
they still
Europe,
get good results. Yeah,
which is baffling. Like, what's so different? What is the correct way to teach people?
exactly. I
And
don't
that's
think
what
anyone's found out
education is about.
the perfect way yet, and I don't think they will for a long time. Because everyone's
And
different, right?
hmm and I think homeschooling is on the rise. Like,
Uh,
sure,
yeah, I got because social. We'll talk about social, I guess, now in school, right? Social's huge in school, especially with the increase of social media and stuff. And I know someone who's got one of their friends, siblings, right, can't go to school because they just socially can't. Like they just don't get along with people.
mm,
And the person, she's quite young still, so like they're getting homeschooled, right? And I feel like that's just gonna keep growing and growing because not everyone fits in with this
um,
whole trend, craze, social aspect thing.
yeah, homeschooling is good and bad because obviously you still need to grow up around people. You can't just say, I'm going to avoid people forever. There's going to be a lot of scenarios in your life where you have to interact with other people.
I don't think
But
homeschooling's good, in my opinion.
I see why people choose it instead of mainstream education. However, it can be pretty bad depending on who's like the home school. Like if it's someone who has a fucking horrible ideology like anti-vax and you're teaching your children that shit, oof, big oof right there, not gonna lie.
No, I just think you need the social skills in life, and you
Mm,
won't get that at homeschool. You won't meet new people often, and you won't interact as much. I mean,
I, but like personal, like one-on-one teaching is really beneficial, obviously.
yeah, yeah, of course, but that's not just get a
That's the
tutor.
probably that's probably one reason, yeah. Yeah, but can people afford a tutor?
Or just learn the stuff yourself and teach your kid. Isn't that homeschooling?
Learn the stuff yourself.
I mean, look, here's one major factor, right? Social stuff is bullying.
Bullying.
It's a common occurrence, unfortunately, in this day and age. But there's a lot of
Unfortunately,
it. Well, I think
I beg
bullying.
to differ.
I think bullying could be quite good for some people and quite bad for others.
Yeah, that's been on the rise recently. Most people, and that's pretty good.
Because I got bullied and I was a little shit, so I kind of deserved it. And it's definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things and made me, I'd say, quite a nicer person, I suppose, to people. And noticed just in general to make sure everyone's alright, you know. But I feel like if I wasn't bullied, I'd still be a piece of shit.
I
uh,
mean, debatable. You probably still are.
Okay, alright, thanks, man.
Hey man, don't worry. Opinions are subjective. Okay. But still, when it comes to you, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty common fact that you can be an asshole. But I'm not saying anything. Bruh. I'm sorry.
No, I
I
mean, yeah,
apologize.
that's just my I mean, personalities and stuff won't change. Let's be real here. I can have
Yeah.
quite a toxic personality, but at the same time, it was worse. I'm just gonna be real with you.
How
It
is
was
it worse? I doubt it
worse.
was worse. I
It was
doubt it.
worse. I used to in year 10, not even year 10, year 7. I thought I owned the shit. I thought I was the
Year
man.
7? Year
I thought I was
7?
the
What are you doing
man.
in year
I
7?
was stepping up to year 11s, and I was like, yeah, fuck you. Who do you think you are?
Holy shit. That's where it started, bro. All these year 7s, all these youths are
Yeah,
so gassed right now.
it's true. It's true.
I don't know who they think they are. They actually think they're hard, bro.
A lot of kids deserve to be bullied. It sounds
A
bad,
lot of kids.
and there's a lot of cons to bullying, like mental health and stuff.
But that's if you're a weak piece of shit.
Yeah, only weak people get mental health problems. Like, come on, man, you gotta be careful with what you say. No, mental health. Uh, as bullying's been on the increase, when you say bullying's increased over the years,
It's changed.
no, I'd say it's
I
on the
went.
increase, especially with the introduce of
It.
like cyberbullying and stuff like that. It's definitely gone up, in my opinion.
It's only easier in cyberbullying. I think bullying in terms of school has actually kind of disappeared. Mainly because I actually don't see it anymore because we're in a different
We're in
school.
a
But
ghost school, right? There's like no
hey, but
bullying.
apparently it happens. It's
Uh,
they have fun stories that they keep repeating all the fucking time. Holy shit, man! Can they get some new stories?
what story are you talking about?
I don't know. They always repeat like the same stories about one fucking mass. It's really yeah, sure. I've heard this before.
No, I mean back in the day, right? I think there was a lot less culture and stuff like that, and a lot less things to poke fun at. Whereas now, like everyone's different, new cultures and stuff like that. There's a lot of different
Yeah,
things
but
to
it's
poke fun at.
so much more PG, man. It's so PG.
Bullying's worse, bro. It's in even in young years. I tell you, my little sister, like, my friend's little sister, was like, they've, it's like, oh, how do I say this? It's even in younger years, it's dark. Like I heard an example of like someone told like in year what year? Like year 5? So that's like how old are you in year 5? 9, 10? Told someone else
I
to
don't
go
know.
or kill themselves.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what
but
I
that's
mean?
an odd example of
I
like
don't know, man. That, it's like
poorly raised. No,
it's
that's
trickled
poorly
down.
raised children.
Nah,
No,
it's just trickled down. Social
no,
media and
it's
stuff
probably
like
because
that.
they're on. No, yeah, that's why they're on
Because all these
social
kids
media.
play
Who?
Roblox and stuff nowadays, and holy
Hey, man,
shit,
Roblox isn't
it
toxic.
used to be amazing. Don't get me wrong. It
It
wasn't that
still is.
bad when we were on it. But now, like, these kids are introduced to all of these, like,
I think
people.
it's mainly. I mean, it's pretty controversial, but YouTube, although it kind of sucks, it does try and do a good job of
Hmm.
censoring
They got that YouTube for
bad
kids
stuff.
and stuff like that as well, but it's just not great.
Still, it's pretty brainless stuff that's like brainwashing almost.
Right,
Um,
let's say, so university, right?
oh,
Thoughts?
I don't know. Haven't been.
Haven't been. So I went recently, and I loved it. I loved the vibe. I loved the structure. I loved everything about it. I think it's
Jesus.
such like a good style to learn.
Yeah, because it's more laid back and lazy, like you.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
exactly. I, I mean, I don't know. There's still a lot of work to do in university. You live by yourself. You gotta learn to cook for yourself, clean for yourself, uh, save money, budget, get yourself up. I mean, a lot of people do that at our age, to be fair, and even younger. But it's for a lot of people, it's a big jump from having your parent or parents or carer to do everything for you, to just doing it yourself. Education style, I quite like the format. Obviously, it depends on what degree you want to do. I want to do a business degree, and that's what I went to go look at. And for what I saw, it was 8 hours a week of like lecture time, and the rest just you do reading and stuff and just fuck about. To be honest, a lot of people, if you do like sciences and stuff like that, from what one I saw was example was physics. It's like 25 hours a week. So there's definitely a big jump from what you want to learn and stuff like that. And that's obviously if you're passionate about it, and I feel like you need to be passionate about what you want to do to go study at university. Or there's no point doing it at all. But if you're passionate about it, then it's not bad. You'll adapt.
Adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why haven't you adapted to six?
Oh. Uh
If you can adapt to uni, why can't you adapt to six? What's stopping you?
I mean, there's a couple of reasons, I suppose. Ooh. Okay, we'll get into this bit. I'm not doing just business. I'm doing economics as well, right? And there's some interesting bits about it, but there's a lot of boring parts. And that's with any subject, I suppose, but even within business, I find the boring parts interesting as well. But I just don't with
Mm-hmm.
economics. So I just don't have the motivation. Like business, I do work in it in my own time. I finish my assignments, I do all my stuff. And the way I learn business, because I do a BTEC, right? It's pretty much like university. You go to lecture, you learn a bit, and then they just give you assignments to do, and you do it. And that's why I like it, I reckon. Economics, though, it's classwork, exams. I don't like that structure, in my opinion. Social aspect. I mean, it's different. It's tough, man, because we go to an all-girls school, so that it's I don't know. It's a weird one because I feel like if it was mixed school, I might have done better. I might have done worse. Who knows? But from this example of going to an all-girls school, then it's iffy.
I don't think it's affected my education.
What, going to an all-girls school?
Yeah,
You don't think it's affected?
it's only affected my interactions and social stuff. I think is the only difference.
But are you not like a lot less motivated to go to school?
I think that would just be the same if I went to any other school, though. Like
But if you
considering the
got
situation,
great
what?
mates to hang out with, you're like, yeah, I'll go hang out with my mates. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but I don't see sixth form as a means of all my mates are in today, might as well go in.
Yeah, me and you are quite different.
Regardless, no, but regardless, I'm gonna go in,
Yeah, so
even
there's
if I
there's
hate
my
that day.
attendance isn't great. It's
It's shit.
what is it now? 89%. So, I'm not the best student, but I get the grades, right? My
You get
business,
the
I get
grades.
the best grade possible at it because I just enjoy it. Economics, ooh, that's a difference. So that's I'm getting like a C. So, I'm
I
trying to get
liked
a
a
B.
decent 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Huh?
so I'm not, and when it comes to education, I'm not a bad student. I'm not the best. Well, business I'm the best, let's be real here. Economics I'm not. See. Got parents' evening tomorrow, so get a bit
Ah,
more insight. But yeah, we'll get more insight at that, I suppose. But I feel like my teacher was telling me, because I got the same two teachers for business and economics, right? Because I say I'm quite lucky in that sense. Like, I have good teachers that I enjoy that teach me both of my subjects. And one of them said to me, he goes, True, you're an amazing business student. You're like the best student I could ask for. because I don't want you as a student for economics though. And we both started laughing because we both know I do shit all for economics, and I need to change that because we got exams in what 3 months. So
2 months.
we got three for me.
All right, gay boy.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was
What's wrong with
derogatory.
being gay, man? Oh, but speaking about that, apparently from the last
Oh
podcast, I
God,
gave the impression I was gay. Not true.
who said that? Who said
That was
that?
some feedback I got.
Dead
I seem
ass.
very gay, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not
I want
gay.
to know who said this. Can I know who
We
said
don't. I
this?
don't have. We don't have code words for them.
DM, 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 DM.
Yeah. Well, two people. You know the two people. Oh, I just not too much because they listen and they're.
They listen. Oh, stop
Yeah.
listening. We're trying
No,
to
no, no.
talk about you. Oh,
Oh, yikes. Uh,
that's
yeah.
probably gonna be said for like most people though. We're gonna talk about everyone. Those two people said you were gay vibes. They're probably gonna realize who we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
anyway
for
though.
sure, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. They're gonna realize. Uh,
But why? What the fuck did you say?
I don't know. I can't remember. But I just, I kind of, I think I said to myself in the podcast, "Ooh, I sound gay here," but I'm not.
You sound gay, bruh. Let me
Uh,
listen. I'm joking.
please.
Um, I feel like, oh my god. Yeah. See, I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, and I blame school. Not because of my sleeping pattern. I blame school.
Oh, I think mine's just my sleeping pattern. I didn't go to school today because sleep. So today's not the best example for me being a good student, I suppose. But and today was actually a pretty
Yeah,
fun
but
day.
today was yeah, but I feel like it's just I don't know if it's because of how it's structured or just the way you feel. The
Yeah,
way it's just is it 5, 6 hours of work?
it's 5 hours of work, an hour of break.
Although, and they made this is very specific to our school, but the periods are so fucked. It's so badly structured. A whole day of study. I'm sorry, but no
Mm.
one's gonna be able to do a whole day of study.
And then that
5 hours.
teacher who was like doing 8 hours a day of revision, 8 hours of leisure, 8 hours of sleep. Holy
Yo, what the
moly,
fuck
he
was
can
that?
fuck
And
right
during
off.
half term, it's like, bro, half term is a break. That's what one of the teachers said. You get very different opinions from very different teachers. Say, guys, it's a break, you know. So use
Please
it,
stop that.
to have a break. Yeah.
That's what I did, to be honest. I went to a university, hung out with a friend, and just got a vibe for university. And I think that motivated me per se, and made me look very excited for that lifestyle. Uh, I kind of went there as motivation to study because I really struggle to sit down and study when it comes to economics, and I still kind of do. But I'm trying to. Okay, I keep saying to myself, yeah. Well, by the end of February, I said this in like January. Well, if I'm not studying by the end of February, then obviously there's something wrong with me. I'll kind of force, and I'm still not. And it's like the end of February, so
Yeah.
I kind of need to force myself to study, and that's why I don't
But
like that.
I, I can't force myself to study because I know it's just gonna end up badly anyway. Like all the teachers, I know that one of my teachers is saying is like, "Oh, don't worry, just get the hard work over now, and it'll be over sooner than you know it." It's like, yeah, but right now I'm just not having. I'm straight up not vibing and not having a good time,
Yeah,
and I'm not enjoying the revision. If like, not saying that I had to fucking have fun during the revision. Like, holy shit, this notes are yeah, but I just think if I'm not invested in the study that I'm putting in, then maybe it's just not worth it.
uh, I'm gonna throw up a statistic with you, and
Ooh.
oh, not that kind of statistic. I'm gonna throw out a statistic. For you. Let me just get it for you.
13%. Oh.
No. Okay. Around 1.5% of students in university have diagnosed with mental health, and 33.9, so that's like a third of students had experienced a serious psychological issue, which they felt they needed professional help. So a third of
Mhm.
students feel like they need professional help.
In university.
That's bad. That's really bad.
I feel like it's probably, although maybe exaggerated, but probably worse in young.
um, so I didn't even tell you this, but when I went to university,
Mm-hmm.
the friend I was staying with, one of his friends, was like having a really tough time mentally, and he had to like go and make sure that person was all right. And like it's real. Like it's the statistic. It makes sense to me because from what I saw, there's a lot of people who struggle moving away from their family.
Yeah, I don't understand moving away. I mean, you gave up the idea that university is chill and it's easier
It's easier for a person like me, but there's a lot of
because
people
you're
who
already in
struggle.
that. I mean, I don't know.
I'm in the
Yeah, I
mindset
guess
of moving out. I'm ready. you know?
I don't think I am. It's definitely going to be hard for me. That's all.
Yeah. Plus, like,
Maybe it's because I'm not as independent,
you're gonna have like
but
no mates as well once you go there.
it's not. I don't think it'll be hard making friends. I
Yeah,
don't.
but
I think uni
originally,
is a good place.
you're moving to somewhere where you'll know no one. You'll
Yeah,
know
but
like,
as long as they're white, I think I'd be fine.
all right, let's
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah,
As
okay, I
long
was waiting for
as
that one. uh,
don't worry,
that was
I'm
pretty
doing a podcast with a person of color, so it's
exactly.
okay.
We're allowed to say anything. Uh,
About that.
those two people who I told you call me gay.
Hmm
They're not gonna be happy with what we just said.
I don't care.
Okay, all right.
Uh, but still, but still, I just think it, it, university is gonna be hard and easy for some. Um, plus it's only undergraduate, you know.
Oh, postgraduates is stress.
Yeah, exactly. And
There's
there's people
journal
that going on
assignments
to
and
do
all that.
masters, people going on to do like PhDs and all that.
But
Like
I feel like they're the people who
can
enjoy.
withstand it. Yeah,
Well, not
they
enjoy,
can
but
definitely
like they confirm it.
they can work for it. They would cope with it. Not saying that they're not going to struggle, but it's probably just no. I feel like they can handle it better
Yeah.
than other people.
I mean,
But still,
how long does it take to
I
become a doctor? Like
don't
five,
know.
6 years, something like that. I don't know, some stupid
It
amount of
takes
time.
long. It takes long.
How long? And I'm like, ooh, how much money they investing to that?
I would say becoming a doctor in the US is probably better off.
I mean, it takes like 3
100%.
to 4 years to get like a PhD after your original degree. So it's like 6 years, 6, 7 years to become a doctor.
Yeah, 7 years. I think it's almost, but it was weird because it's like 7 years to become a vet as well. So
And that's insane. The amount, it's like, the university costs a lot. Let's be real here.
see, it's only the privileged that can go on to do
No,
that
no,
kind of
because
stuff.
there's obviously there's a lot of loans and stuff in place to help students out.
Is a loan going to get you through a PhD?
I think so.
You
Uh,
think so?
yeah,
You think? Well, I'm not saying that you will take a PhD, but you could go all the way.
I feel like me personally, I don't come from a my family struggle. Let's be real here. I feel like I could get by.
You
Obviously,
could.
I don't know the research and stuff to do it, but I feel like yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm poor, give me money, and they'll be like, okay. So
Mm.
it's expensive. I feel like the government don't put enough money into it. Education. I feel like education is the most powerful thing in the world. If you're smart, you can
If
do
you're
well.
smart. Yeah, but everyone can become smart.
Yeah, but not everyone does. Knowledge is power, isn't that? Who says that? People say that knowledge is power.
Yeah, and you have to get that knowledge. Everyone has access to, but we're not saying everyone, but in this country, everyone would have access to it. But that's an assumption. I can't make assumptions like that.
I guess.
But in a country like this, obviously you expect everyone has the right to education in this country, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it then seriously depends on your family. Family education is just as important.
Hmm.
I think you can learn a lot from your family,
Um.
and they definitely teach you how to become a person,
So what if you're an
or
orphan?
teach you how to not become a person. Because some parents fuck you up.
Yeah, but like, what if you're an orphan?
Then yeah, they're gonna have some problems.
What's Bruce Wayne saying?
He's a fictional character.
Yeah,
That's what
but
he's.
look what he became.
His parents were rich.
Yeah, but he became an orphan. Look how mentally he turned out. He dresses up as a bat.
He,
Like, come on.
yeah, but that was for a reason.
Oh, because it's fair. Yeah, I
He
suppose.
chose to do that
Yeah, because he's
as a
mentally
response
messed
to
up.
becoming an orphan. No, as a response to becoming an orphan. He decides to dress up as a bat, not for fun, okay?
Okay, alright.
You're making it sound like he does it on his free time,
Is it not his free
which he
time?
does.
Isn't all of his time free?
It,
Because
it,
he's literally loaded.
hey man, you're taking this out of context.
Alright,
Peter
well,
Parker. Peter Parker is an orphan. Is he rich? No, exactly.
he dresses orphan. He dresses up as a spider.
Are you? Holy shit! I think you're anti-orphan.
Alright. Well, I feel
You
like we got
hate
off
all
topic here.
orphans.
And
No, no, no. This is a serious topic that I want.
alright, I'm gonna
You
be real.
hate
Okay, we
orphans.
gotta
You
preface.
orphan hater.
I love superheroes and
So,
stuff, right? I'm just memeing at this point. But
oh, what a gay.
okay. So I feel like that's gonna wrap up our education debate. But
What? No,
now I'm gonna
I'm not done. I'm
I'm
not
done.
done. I'm
Okay,
not
alright.
done.
Go do your monologue then. Go
We
on.
didn't even answer most of the questions, dumbass.
Exactly, but I want to do something else real quick.
Yeah, but do you have opinions on a teacher? Huh? What about
Oh, I
opinions
feel
on
like
classmate
there's okay.
friendships?
Alright, okay. Classmate
We
friendships.
missed out so
Okay.
much.
Teachers, there's not enough passionate teachers out there. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, we'll do enough to get the bare minimum. They do
They
bare
don't
minimum,
get
I don't think.
paid. They
They don't
don't
get
get
paid
paid
enough.
enough.
Not they're not incentivized to work.
100%. And then, yeah, but I've met a few teachers. They just love the fucking teaching. I
Yeah.
don't know what is in them. They just love teach, and it's so cool to see teachers like that. And when there's a teacher that teaches by having fun, holy shit, man, they rock. They are
I
the best.
think I'm not sure about this, but I think my oldest sister's learning to become a teacher. Like I'm 90% sure. She
90.
she did an economics degree and she just thought it was boring as hell. So she changed it into a teaching degree. And I think she's pretty
Makes
happy.
sense.
She's good with kids, I suppose.
Good
Uh,
or nonce.
yeah.
But it's really depressing. I mean, my biology teacher, she went to fucking shit.
She went to
What
like
uni did she go to?
she went to a good. I remember in summer school.
Cambridge. She went to Cambridge, and she's a teacher. And most people will probably say, "Yo, you kind of wasted your time at Cambridge to become a teacher." I see what they're saying, but it's honestly her choice.
Yeah.
And if she loves teaching, that's what she's gonna do. And that's why I think she's a good teacher. She
Mm.
does love teaching biology. And I can feel that. And I like, bro, this is some good shit. I respect a teacher who loves their craft.
Yeah.
But secondary school, I feel like most secondary school teachers really kind of not care until
Uh,
GCSEs.
they
That's
don't
when
get
it
paid
becomes more
enough.
specific.
I mean, I don't think you need to at
Like,
that point.
because you get a lot of like switch arounds. Like you have, oh, here's a teacher that did biology as a degree, but because they became a science teacher, they're allowed to teach the other sciences. So you're like, oh shit, the physics teacher isn't in for a whole week. Let's just sub him in. And then you have a biology teacher teaching physics for like a whole week. It can. I know it's only 1 week, but it could probably mess up, the whole course of things.
Oh, I feel like that example's not a good one.
Too specific. It's
Yeah,
a good. What do you mean?
I feel like your point's pretty shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
It, I don't care what you think. It's pretty. I know it's specific and shit, but like all teachers are allowed to like. Well, science teachers are allowed to teach the other sciences.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like,
Let me
your
speak,
point's
idiot.
too.
I'm talking about how secondary school teachers clearly have less fucking care about education until it comes to GCSEs.
And I don't blame you.
That's when they get more specific, like teaching. Like you're only allowed GCSE teachers that actually can know what they're fucking teaching.
Yeah,
And you don't. I don't think in A levels you don't get substitute teachers anymore. You just study. Like
yeah,
if she's not in or he, if they're not in,
all day.
whatever. If they're not in, you study, okay? And I'm not saying it should be the same in secondary school because you probably don't know what the fuck to do for studying in secondary school. I would say that.
Hmm.
Well, for me personally, I had no idea what studying was. Revision was flashcards and probably something on the internet. That was revision for me.
Wait, that still is no.
No,
Okay, I'm screwed.
I would definitely say because of sixth form, my revision has actually become better. Being able to be more independent in studying is pretty useful, pretty
All right.
good.
Then the teacher debate. They don't get paid enough to care about their job, and you find the few
Yeah.
gems that do care.
What about people who do primary school teaching?
Primary school teaching's pretty easy. There's some weird subjects though.
Yeah,
My
like
little sister learned some weird shit. Like right now, she's learning about Greek, philosophy, and economics in primary school.
that. But that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
And plus,
interesting.
it's primary. As
You,
long as you're learning English, maths, and like I don't know, maybe they'll do art and science. I don't know if they. The
you know
only
what's
thing I
so
learned
cool when
about
they brought out
science
the
was
batteries? That was like the coolest shit whenever they brought out those batteries and like the light bulb and
oh,
the
the
magnets and
only
stuff.
thing that they brought out for the only thing they brought out for my school was magnets. That's all we had.
We had like
But that
some
was still cool.
baby magnet set. No, we have some baby electric set. I was like, whoa, that battery's so big, and it was just that basic double. You know the double battery? It was just one of those. I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, that's so cool. I turned on the
The
light.
first time I saw a circuit was only in secondary school, though, so.
Yeah.
But primary school teachers, they obviously do it because they want to. There's obviously no way
Ah,
someone ends up. There's no, but you don't just say, "Oh fuck." You just end up as a primary school teacher.
no one wants to be a
That's
secondary
demanding.
school teacher, in my opinion. Like they're just little shits. No one wants to be teach you 7 to 10.
No, teaching year seven is pretty cool. Except for
Yeah.
now, I'd say. I'd say for now, people
Now
will
they're all
probably
gassed and
hate year
stuff.
seven. They're all
What do you?
roadmen, dirty little roadmen. Go, wait, well, go on, miss. What you saying? What you saying? Hey, she got a
Miss, you
batty
got
though. She got
big back today.
a. Fuck's sake. But yeah, that's kind of true. They do be acting kind of rude. No respect.
Yeah.
I know I was probably one of those kids, but kind of, you need to kind of show respect to teachers. They don't get enough. Like they probably get enough shit from the school themselves, and then they have to deal with a whole class of assholes. Like
Yeah.
Sure, you probably have that one funny memory of making a teacher cry, but holy shit, imagine as an adult.
Yeah. Oh, that,
But
uh, d-
imagine as an adult you cry because of a child.
did I tell you about that one time we almost killed a teacher? I did, right?
No,
Uh,
no, you need to explain it to me again.
so I think it was year 9. We had this New Zealand teacher come in, and she was like some female teacher. She was alright, and I went to an all boys school at that stage, and you know, Lynx Africa. Every guy's got Lynx Africa in their bag, or they just use it in the morning, right? And then someone sprayed Lynx Africa, and she started coughing, and the whole class would be funny. I thought it'd be funny just to pull out uh, whatever aerosol they had in their bag and just spray it. And we soon found out she was like allergic to aerosols, so like her throat closed up, and she like was on the floor,
Oh my god.
and
Holy
we had to run and grab a teacher, open the windows.
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
Kind of funny, but it's deep. It's
It's
really
so
deep.
dark, and I'm
Like
so happy.
imagine
Like looking back, I'm so happy I was that one kid who didn't have an aerosol in his bag. But holy
you're going to
shit!
be found guilty for murder.
Exactly. But I found it so
But
funny, and
this
then I look back and I'm like, wow, we were just dickheads. You know what I mean?
you
Just
literally almost murdered someone, Blair.
exactly,
How would you
just
feel?
dickheads.
And you watched, you didn't
I
do
watched.
anything. You just like you
Yeah,
probably
I
laughed your
laughed.
head
I
off.
laughed. I was laughing my head off. Yeah, everyone was.
So
So it's like, haha, she's dying.
what an idiot. Can't breathe. That's fucked up. I remember our teacher depends. Some teachers can handle it. But then you get the weak teachers like almost cry about everything.
Did I tell you about the kid who like slapped a teacher's ass in like year
Yo.
9? I think it was year 10. Year 9. I think. Oh no, it was year 10. It was year 10.
I th- I think that happens a lot in boys' schools because I've only heard these kinds of stories of slapping a teacher's ass in from boys' schools.
Well,
What the
I know a
hell?
couple happened. There was a couple happened, but one happened in my year. Someone happened in my brother's year, and it was literally the same thing every time. It was a dare. It was literally just a dare. So, oh, I dare you.
Yo.
Like, so my brother's one, it was year 8, and there's an art teacher, and she was still there when I was there. But she said, "Oh, slap her ass." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know, guys, I don't know." So, "Oh, you'll be right, yo. You'll be so cool if you do it, bro. Everyone will be, oh, he's the guy." And then the same thing happened both times, so they got in trouble. Well, actually, no, the first one, my brother's one, he didn't snitch. Like, he didn't say anyone, say, yeah, yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to impress all the guys and stuff like that, but obviously it's not. But the one that happened in my year was a science teacher, and like, bro, sure, she's pretty well equipped, you know? And everyone knew it, but everyone's like, oh, okay, we can't really do anything about it. And we're like, horny 13-year-olds, there's no way she's gonna do anything, right? And I wasn't in the lesson, unfortunately, because I was too dumb. Because I messed up the science marks and I got into put into set 2, unfortunately. Science I never was in set 1
Unfortunate.
because I just hated science. But I wish I did better just to be in this class. So I was good mates with the person who dared him because our fathers knew each other and stuff. And so I was just chilling with him one day, and he's like, "Yo, so what happened?" And he goes, "So we were sitting there in lesson, and we thought it'd be funny." And she walked past, and I said to him, "Yo, she's got a fat back." Right? This is guy school stuff, right? Basic. And then they're like, "Oh, you know what? Be jokes. I dare you to do that. Slap her ass." So the next time she did walk past, he did it, and she screamed apparently, and like she screamed so loud, and she's so close to slapping him, and just yelled at him to get outside. He got into so much trouble, but he snitched. He's like, "Oh, but it was a dare. It wasn't me," and got the guy in trouble. But like, it was pretty dumb.
Lol.
So both of them got in trouble, and he got bullied about it. The kid who snitched got bullied so hard because of it. If he didn't snitch, everyone would have rated him so high. That's just guy school stuff. So teachers have it
What
tough.
is
Teachers have it tough.
teachers do have it
Especially in
tough.
all boys school. Holy shit, if you're a female teacher, I feel like
It's
if I was
tough.
a teacher,
I
I'd be cool. I'd be that teacher who's like really nice and calm, but when he gets pissed off, when he yells, everyone just shuts up. Everyone's like, "Holy shit, he's angry." He's never angry. We must have really messed up this time.
that almost happened, but I think it was my old biology teacher. He was always nice. Um, but I think it was like he wouldn't even like shout out our class for doing something like stupid. But that's mainly because our class never did something stupid. But the only time I caught him actually shouting was at year sevens. It was like, oh, the hell. Only like little kids that he was shouting at. And I got this story from my brother where he tried to like he was shouting at some kid, and I think it was like probably not the first time, but I think it was like he finally tried to like shout at a year 11, but this year 11 typically was a roadman, so apparently he just slapped the teacher and walked away. And for like, the whole next lesson, he was just quiet and like murmuring half the lesson. He was like, "Oh, so guys, we would be learning about diffusion today. Just turn your
Hmm.
books." And he was pretty. He seemed pretty sad about it.
Not every teacher can yell. Like that. Do you know about my year 11 chemistry class? How it was like
No,
everyone just
I
threw
wasn't there.
everyone threw test tubes at each other, and glass was flying everywhere. Water
What the
was
fuck?
being chucked. You know those wet tissues? So many
Hmm.
of those being chucked around and stuff like that. Because the teacher was like some 80-year-old man. He had like not PhDs, but 5 degrees or something. I don't know why he was teaching at my school. But he yelled, and everyone just laughed. You know, not everyone can yell. Even when he was trying to be serious, no one took him seriously, and it felt bad.
Yeah, I think it's people with higher education. They don't know how to yell. I remember
Yeah.
my chemistry teacher who has a PhD. She tried to like get angry. She just sounded like an annoying fox that wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, we get it. You're angry. Just shut the fuck up now and let us go back to work or probably talking again. Like, okay, we get it.
All right.
And my maths teacher as well. She was safe, but she was taken advantage of for fun. Like the hard people in class, the odd, sorry, less H, more odd. They were all roadmen, and they would just take the piss. Like they would start like chucking wet tissues on the ceiling. Not wet tissues actually. They put glue on it because there was no sinks. So they just
Oh, we had just the
put
glue
glue.
sticks. We didn't put in tissues. We just
Oh yeah,
took
wait,
it
yeah.
off.
They scraped off a bit of glue and then they flicked it onto the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah, we did
And
that.
then she finally caught on like the next lesson, and like obviously no one said anything.
Nah, the
It
thing
was, it
is,
was kind of scuffed.
he didn't catch on. But then it was one day he just looked up. He was just teaching normally, and then he just like looked up. He saw something like the top of his like eye vision, whatever it is, or field of view, and then he looked up more, and the whole ceiling was just covered. You couldn't actually see the actual ceiling anymore because it was just tissue and glue. And I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" And then everyone was just like, "Oh no, no!"
Yeah, but it's funny. That's the whole
It is.
point, wasn't it? Like you do that just so you get caught, almost.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. Uh,
Holy
all right,
shit.
so
Uh,
let me
wait,
say, is
friends.
I don't care about Friends.
What was your next question then?
Is overall, in your opinion, is school good or bad? I think it's good,
Uh,
obviously, but at what point do you think it starts to turn shit?
when you don't enjoy it and you're not interested.
Yeah,
But
but
that's normally when you find something else to do, and even though I don't necessarily enjoy it, I do not see myself taking any like alternative routes.
yeah,
Not saying that I'm going to fall into some menial job or I'm not going to find any satisfaction no matter what I do,
hmm,
but still, I'm just, it's not that I hate school. It's just kind of, I vibe with it, but I'm not happy with it. Say,
Yeah.
sure, man,
I
I'll
get
do
what you
it.
mean. I get what you mean.
I'll do it. But I'm not gonna do it good because I don't like you. That's the whole point.
Hmm.
And I only do it good when I feel like it. It's like, hey, man, I'm having a good time. I'm just having a swell old good time, you know.
Alright. I follow the same opinion as you, to be honest. I think it's
You do?
useful to a certain degree, but there's a lot of point where it gets a bit shit, and I think like there needs to be more opportunity for kids to do something else, like apprenticeships or stuff like that earlier on.
They used to. That's where they advertised that a lot in our like year 12.
Yeah, but they stopped it.
I don't know what it was,
Like
but they
my
just like
brother, the year he joined or left sixth or something like that was the year where you could before or after year 11 you can go into like an apprenticeship or something, but you can't do
I
that
think
anymore.
you can do certain levels of apprenticeship. There's like GCSE level apprenticeships
Yeah,
and so
but
on.
they kind of just cut back on that because they realized people. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why they stopped doing it.
I did look at apprenticeship though. I was genuinely looking at it because, and I saw some offers, but like I don't know, some of them seem like scams to me. You know,
Yeah, I got some offers as well. They're pretty shit, to be honest.
like I just search up something science related, and it's like, oh, work in a lab. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of work experience. But it's like some don't pay you, and some like, you know, they're pretty, just kind of shit experiences in
Mm.
general. And I know like someone who does apprenticeships, and you get paid a lot. Like I think he stopped his A levels just to focus on the apprenticeship, and he gets paid a lot. Which is one example of why it's cool, like one example, but still, I haven't heard that many examples of why you should choose apprenticeships.
All right. Yeah. Well.
Wait,
Okay.
does school make you sad? Are you sad?
Yeah.
Why? Is it school?
Yeah.
Do you think school? 100% school, just 100%.
Well, it's social as well, but
So the social part of
social
school.
aspect. That's school and social.
So explain your social part of school that's making you sad then.
People. I don't know. I think it's just
Is
like
it the
shit stuff at
people
school.
like you don't like the people in the school? They don't like you.
Uh, I don't know. I mean,
I feel
things.
like
It's just
everyone's mutual.
yeah, but I don't.
It's very mutual. But
I
that's
don't.
the thing. It's
I don't
like
have a
no
problem with people at
one's.
school, but it's just like I don't get opportunities at school to like have much fun. If you get what I mean. It's
What do you
pretty
mean?
boring. You go to your lesson, lunch, break and lunch, same thing every single day. Go out to get food, or just sit down in the common room and do shit all. And that's the same thing
I
every day.
mean, there is a foosball table.
Yeah, but like year 12s hog that shit, and
I fucking hate those U12s.
yeah, fucking hate those year 12s.
And for some reason, lately, I've been getting some bad vibes from the year 12.
They seem
I don't know.
depressed.
No,
I remember that one day.
depressed.
Do you remember that one day? I was like, holy shit, it's like us last year.
Oh, no, I was talking about like they were just on their phones, not talking to each other
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Like, holy shit. No, wait, I was talking about like that's us, like, even now. It's
yeah,
like, holy shit, they started a bit early, didn't
yeah,
they? Hate each other. They look like they just didn't want to speak to each other at all. Like, oh my god.
yeah,
Not a that was such a big group, and not a single person spoke to one another. Like,
yeah.
holy shit, what is going on? At least you expect like what, two people to interact with each other, but no, everyone.
But our
Holy
school's
shit, that
really
was
bad from what I hear, because I talked to I have a mate from my old school, right? And apparently they play basketball or something every lunch, or they do stuff. They don't just sit, you know?
no, but like that's why the year twos are kind of cool because we saw them. They were playing basketball. Like, holy shit! Oh,
They're
sorry,
playing netball.
netball. Fucking netball.
Oh my god, I hate
But
that sport.
if it was just us though, like, yeah, it
We
would
play
definitely be
basketball.
basketball.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to play it after school anymore. Like, it's too demanding. But break, I feel like would be much more fun.
The thing is,
Like if you just
they have those netball hoops, so they don't even have the
yeah, but
backboard
I'm
or
pretty
whatever.
sure it's the same. Oh no back, yeah, there's no back.
Yeah.
It's still not as bad though. It's fine.
Yeah, I suppose. We're
You
getting off
can't
topic.
do
We're
any.
getting off topic. All right, social aspect.
No, but this is important though. It's a very important part.
Yeah,
The fact that this school doesn't necessarily make us enjoy it.
yeah.
There's just it
They have
offers the
those days. What are they
basics.
called? CE days or whatever they're called.
Curricular extension
Yeah,
day.
yeah, but they're pretty boring at the same time. There's one fun activity in the day, and the rest are pretty shit.
Remember when they forced us to do yoga?
I literally, I didn't go that day.
Oh, I
I
did.
wasn't.
I went.
I was.
I
I actually didn't go that
did
day
the
because of
yoga,
the yoga.
and
But at the same time,
I'm
I've got
telling
into
you,
yoga recently. I enjoy
ew.
that shit by myself because I know no one's looking at me. But they're trying to
Oh,
force us to do it.
that was the one thing that made me so fucking scared. It's like, bro, there's someone staring at my ass. That's
I
only
mean, don't get
because
me
oh,
wrong.
I
You
don't want
could
to.
look. There's views, right? For guys, for an all-girls school, and then you're a guy. It's not the worst thing. But at the same time,
It was the
realistically,
worst thing. It was the worst thing ever.
oh,
I kept feeling like my fucking shirt was coming up and everyone could see my ass.
well, I'm kind of happy I didn't go in that day. And I didn't go in that day
There
purely because of the yoga.
don't get me wrong, there were views. I did sit in like second row. I only got to see one row of
Ah,
girls, sadly.
yikes.
Yeah, but it was decent. It was decent.
Alright. Anything else to
Seeing some
say?
good. I don't know. I would say that I do miss having a good boy, like
The guys, the
friends,
boys,
the guys.
the
But I
guys.
will say, at some point, you just need to change it up.
Yeah, that's why I went to a girls' school, because I went to an all-boys school, then an all-girls school. I feel like maybe it wasn't the best move. I should have gone to a mixed. But I thought,
Mixed school is
I need a
so
complete
much better.
change, because I haven't spoken to a girl.
Mixed
But yeah,
school is better.
yeah, for sure. I'm putting my kids into mixed school. My mom's trying to
Yeah.
get my little sister to
Actually,
all
I would
girls.
say one thing. I think girls should go into all girls school. I don't think girls should go into mixed, even though it's beneficial for guys to go into a mixed school where there's girls. I think girls really like if you're friends with a girl, I think you study more, 100%. Because with the
It's true.
guys, you fuck around. You fuck around. You don't do shit. And like, if you're in a class with the guys, bro, you 100% know you're not focusing that lesson. That you, like,
We don't have any classes together, so I don't. I can
I know,
imagine
but
if
we
you're in my
fucking
business class,
RE.
that's
Oh,
so hard.
that was so
Ari,
fun, man.
yeah. Nah, if you're in my business class, it'd be fucking lit. Holy shit. Or in my economics, because economics class, my class is like doesn't speak often. It's pretty boring. Like, you haven't been in it, have you? But like, literally, one of my
No.
friends from my business class literally popped in for like 5 minutes just to speak to a teacher, and no one was speaking, and she just said, "Wow, you guys are boring." Because she's very honest, and I'm like, damn, she's not wrong. But
Jesus.
yeah.
I was gonna say the same. Actually, yeah, geography.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
you already know. Uh,
I can just tell
I'm
by
not saying that there's people in the classroom that are boring. It's just such a boring lesson. Like, there's no one really talks. No, I don't blame it on the people. I blame it on the teachers. Like, and she does try and interact with us, but I think she started way too late. Like, I think at the beginning it was just her teaching us. We would just listen, and that was the whole lesson.
yeah.
Now she's like, uh, no.
But yeah. All right. So anything else to say?
Okay, so maybe it is the people.
Maybe.
But I didn't want to say it at first, just in case they might have listened. Not saying that they will, but in the future they might discover this, and they will obviously
No,
recognize who it
okay.
is.
Just save yourself. Just say this. There's some that are not bad.
Yeah, there's a few people, two people.
No, just say some, because then they won't know.
Uh,
They won't know. Like, oh, maybe I'm part of this. Maybe I'm not. Just save yourself
okay,
the offense.
some
Yeah.
people are cool. there's some people,
You screwed
but I'm not
yourself.
saying that they're interesting. I'm not saying. Oh God, how do I save this?
You can't. It's done.
Look,
Right.
man,
Next thing.
you're
Next thing.
boring.
Let's move on.
Oh,
Let's move on. Let's move on.
you're boring.
Anything? Okay. Any
But it's
finishing
also the.
statements on the education debate?
I know more than you. That's my statement.
That's your finishing statement. My
Yeah,
finishing
I
statement
know.
is this. All right. It's gonna be a
My
quick
dad is
sentence.
Bill Gates.
No. My quick sentence is education kind of good, kind of bad.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Give it a 6.
Ooh, 6.
Yeah.
I'd say 7 because bad for poor people.
I'd say
I'm
6
trying to rip the
because
poor people here.
I'm trying to rep the rich. Well, that's weird, because you're
You're
I'm the
not
poor one
rich.
out of us two, but I'm like the poorest one. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
in the group. Not in the group, but
from
like
I
out of
came
it.
from humble beginnings, but you wouldn't
Yeah,
understand. I
yeah,
came
I
from
suppose, I suppose.
Southall.
Yeah,
I'm not
I was
DDoSing
from
myself because I
Hounslow.
don't live there anymore.
I came
Huh?
from Hounslow. That's not much better, is it?
Yeah, but uh,
It was not even the nice
try and
part of
compare.
Hounslow. I don't even there's not
There
a
is a
nice
nice
part.
part of
Yeah,
Hounslow.
there's not a nice
Since
part.
when?
Like, I went from the bad part. You know that
To
bit?
the bad part.
I think I showed you last time. You know, on the bus to the cinema, like past quality foods.
Yeah.
I was from there.
I mean, you're near the high street, no?
I was far from the high street. Like I was quite a bit past quality food, so not that nice area. But yeah, 6 out of 10, because it's just not good for your brain, like mentally wise. Like it's good for your brain
But
as an educate like knowledge, but it
how
doesn't
about
take into
this?
account mental health.
Primary school, probably 9 out of 10, mainly because
Yeah,
I don't remember anything from
no,
it.
I'd say primary is
Um,
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Did you not even like experience a little bit of bullying in
Oh no,
primary?
no, I got bullying and stuff, but that's not important. That's not talk about. Well, like what they actually teach you and shit. It's actually interesting. To keep a kid entertained is tough. So I think
No,
you
it's
can't.
easier, bro. What do you mean? They just distract the shit out of you so easily.
No, but keep them entertained
Um.
whilst doing good stuff. You know, like
Oh
not
yeah, fair
whacking
enough.
onto a YouTube video like some people do nowadays.
Secondary school, that's a hard one.
I
There
think
was
you need to
definitely
break up.
highs and lows.
You need to break up secondary school.
Okay, what about younger years and upper years?
Yeah, young years.
7, 8, 9 to 10 and 11.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. I give it like a 7, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, I would also agree. It was a solid 3 years. You just get to know people, you get to have fun, you get to have friends. Not much seriousness in the education, I would say. You still learn.
Yeah, almost
Um,
killed
every
people.
getting to like everyone said that going. I don't know why, but I got this vibe that going from primary to secondary would be hard. It was so. I thought year 7 was really nice. It was so good. I loved year 7.
Hmm.
Oh my god, year 7 was a great time.
Upper school 4.
10 and
Second
11.
4.
Uh,
Sixth form 6.
upper years 5 out of 10 for me.
Sixth form was 6 or
And
7. No, 6, because
sixth
there's a lot
form,
of stress.
I can't really rate sixth form because I generally don't know what I think about it. But then again, I haven't actually had a really good positive moment, and I've only had negative. Like, don't get me wrong, I can be happy, but I doubt it's from the school.
Hmm.
I doubt it's because of the education. Maybe it's because A levels are a lot more serious and you're not supposed to be happy.
Yeah.
But I'll try. Wait, let me try and give a rating though. 7 out of 10 is too generous. 6 still feels a little bit high. I want to say 4, but it might be also saying that I'm doing shit,
No, but I feel
and
like
I
the
know
reason I gave it
I'm not
6
doing
was because
shit.
of the options. And it's like actually fewer subjects, but like you can actually pick good ones instead of shit ones.
I want to say something low, but I don't want to give off the impression that I'm doing bad. Like,
No,
I'm
no,
not
it
doing
doesn't do
bad.
that. It doesn't do that. No,
But
no.
I think this rating would basically, this is based off just my sixth form experience, not my education. It's a 4 out of 10. That's my experience.
Okay.
Uh, but the education is like a 6 out of 10.
All right. Well, that's wrapped up the education a bit. So we're gonna try and do every week now, just to keep things interesting, current. I'm gonna pull up some news headlines for you, and yeah, just we'll talk about a couple. So some test footage for the new Batman film. It's begun filming in England. Have you seen that?
I saw the suit, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of the suit?
Uh, definitely gives me homemade vibe.
Yeah,
Definitely more. I know he's supposed to be rich, but it's definitely more. And obviously, in the suit, it's not Robert Pattinson who's playing the thing.
yeah, it's a stunt.
But I think obviously, yeah, that's a stunt suit as well. It's not going to be like the main suit. That's why I thought, oh, it's lacking something. I feel like it's lacking some like I don't know something, but um, it was pretty decent. Yeah, it
Well,
was.
they're gonna make the eyes
Uh,
white in CGI, so it's like the games and the comics, which I thought was pretty cool.
mm,
A lot of Marvel fans got upset because apparently it looks a lot like the Daredevil suit.
I don't see why you'd get upset though. That's pretty good
Yeah, the Daredevil
because
suit was
it
so
just means
amazing.
that Daredevil did such a good job. I swear Daredevil didn't even use CGI though. No.
No, so the suit by itself in real life looks like the Daredevil suit apparently, but apparently DC are gonna change it up a bit in CGI so it looks a bit Batman-y.
I hope they don't change too much because that did
Yeah.
look really good. But I
Um.
understand lighting up the eyes as long as it doesn't look like what Green Lantern.
Oh.
As long as it doesn't end up looking.
uh,
But I trust DC because they have money.
I mean, DC's past record, right? The Batman trilogy, best superhero films in my opinion. Um, we won't talk about the Justice League and stuff. Man of Steel, loved it. Aquaman, loved it. Shazam, loved it.
I only enjoyed Shazam. I wasn't a fan of Aquaman.
Really? Oh, I like Jason Momoa though, so
But I
that's
saw
good.
the appeal. It was definitely much better than previous DC movies. But it wasn't. I mean, but when you compare Aquaman to Shazam, I feel like, well, then there's no contest. Shazam's just what it's not saying that it's a Marvel movie, but it definitely does a lot better in trying to entertain and make the movie interesting. They made the character more interesting. Obviously, DC Comics, I think, are supposed to be a bit more dark, but still.
Alright. I'm going to throw up another news headline for you, which I thought was pretty wholesome. So you know Etika? Unfortunately,
Oh,
he killed himself last year, and recently Pokemon Go put his memorial in like the game, so they can actually do it as like pay
I
respects to him.
doubt Pokemon did it themselves.
Yeah, I feel like
You
someone
have to, yeah, you have to request.
it got requested, but they actually did it, which is pretty good. Because he was a big Nintendo, those kind of game fans. So
Hmm.
a lot of
Yeah,
people were
but it's
quite
pretty
happy about that.
important. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
Um, what else is in the news, Bilal?
What else is in Jesus? You're supposed to talk about that a bit longer whilst I found the next headline. Uh,
Well, I don't
let's
know
go.
what to say about that one.
All right, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. We'll talk about two
I'm
more
waiting.
headlines. All right. BBC, don't let me down.
I doubt BBC has anything interesting. It's probably something about coronavirus,
Well,
stabbings, and something else going on.
so Harry and Meghan officially left. Well,
Shut up.
officially
No one
announced their leave
cares.
date.
No one
Apparently, that's
cares.
really sad.
Next topic. No one cares about that.
There's not much going on at the moment.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like there might be something going on.
well, seems pretty boring. Just coronavirus, boring politics stuff. There's like Brit Awards, all these Oscars and stuff like that.
Okay, Parasite. People are getting really angry
I need
over
to watch it.
Parasite winning Best Picture. Huh?
Why is it not allowed to win Best Picture?
People were saying, oh, it already won, Best International Film. It should be excluded from winning Best Picture. And the argument is that, oh, films like Joker and 1917 aren't allowed to win Best International Film.
Well, are they allowed
It's
to win
because
Best International Film in different countries? Like,
exactly.
yeah, it's a
They
stupid
obviously
thing.
didn't think about that. I'm pretty sure that I remember the guy who made that video. I'm gonna completely say this honestly. I watched this from fucking what's his name? What's his shit? I actually forgot his name. Uh, Penguin, Penguin Z, Charlie. His name's Charlie. I don't know. He does the Moist Meter on YouTube. That's all I can remember.
Hmm.
And basically, he reviewed this video of someone he was getting pretty upset over the fact that Parasite won, and you could tell he was a bit of a Joker hard on. He had a bit of hard on for Joker,
Hmm.
which kind of ruins Joker for me. Like Joker was a really good movie, don't get me wrong, but people who made it like I wouldn't say romanticize it, but they just identify themselves with the movie and think it's like the best movie ever made. Sure, in your opinion, it could be, but like you gotta just understand. Obviously, other people disagree with you, and Joker can't win every award at the Oscars,
Hmm.
no matter how much you want it to.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting stuff. One last thing, which I think was pretty interesting that happened this week, actually, I remembered it. Harvey Weinstein officially got found guilty,
Yay!
which I thought was pretty good with the whole movie stuff
Ooh,
topic. But he's in
he's
hospital
gone.
now. He's in
He's in
hospital.
hospital
I
for
don't
what?
know. Says let's read
He got
this.
beat up. I hope he got beat up.
I don't know. I think he just like panicked or something like that, like a heart attack or something like that.
Panic? Shut up, man. He probably like bought a heart attack.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And wait, remember when he came in with a Zimmer frame
Oh yeah, yeah,
and he literally walked out after being sentenced to jail without a Zimmer frame?
yeah,
He was cured, bro, from being sent to jail. He
yeah.
was cured. He
That's
saved his life.
it's pretty good that it was a very long process, but finally he
Yeah,
can put away.
that took so long. Holy shit. Not
Yeah,
saying that I'm disappointed in the process, but
yeah,
considering how much shit was stacked up against him, wow.
yeah. So
And
let's.
his lawyers were definitely paid good money. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's the
Hey,
end of
gimme,
the.
gimme.
That's the end of the news segment for this week.
News
Hopefully,
segment.
there's more
Yay.
interesting things next week, but nothing
It's
too
the
bad
funnest
happens.
segment of the podcast. Everyone watches to hear the news.
It's kind of bad how we want bad things to happen to talk about, but at the
It's more
same time,
interesting.
uh, so yeah, thanks for listening. This has been episode 3, the True Tosis podcast, education.
Whoa.
Any messages, anything we need to announce? Make sure you check out Spotify and YouTube. We'll look at other platforms later on, seeing how if there's any demand for it. If there is any, let us know in the comments. Please comment more. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. Get involved in the debates down below. Just let
Who
us know your
cares what
opinion.
people are thinking?
Okay, that's not okay. Well, ignore him. Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Jesus. Anything else to say?
Um, Chicken. Sorry.
Nice.
Fuck.
Oh, the KFC. Oh,
Fuck.
we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
No, talk about it now.
No.
We can talk about it. It's a podcast. That's
No,
the whole
no,
point
we're
of a
finishing. We're
podcast.
finishing. We can't talk about food. That's a whole nother topic. We'll do food. Do food next week, I think.
I know
I
more
think
about food than you.
that's a lie.
In
Okay,
terms of stuff.
ladies, it's officially announced. We're doing food next week.
Oh, that's boring.
No, no, no.
Who even eats food anymore? That's gay.
Yeah, what about whole vegans and stuff like that? That's pretty interesting. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. So look forward to that. It's been an hour and 30 at this point, so I feel like we should wrap it
That's
up.
great. No, that's great. I'm really
Uh,
proud of that.
all right. And bye. Have a good evening, and
Good evening, good morning, good
good
afternoon
afternoon.
to whoever's watching this.
And
Uh,
make sure
I love you all. I
we
hope you
love
have a
you,
nice sleep when you watch this. I hope your parents love you. If you don't have parents, I hope your guardians love you. I hope your friends love you. Have a great day.
and we love you. Goodbye.
I love you too. Goodbye.